The Castlevania series has a long history that started all the way back in 1986. The original game, Akumajo Dracula, released on the Famicom Disk System. Its success would fuel 31 total games in the series. At least, that's what Wikipedia wants you to think, because their list is trying to hide the truth from all of us by not including the game that I found by digging through old forum posts and archive.org links. That's right, I discovered a long-forgotten Castlevania game that I bet most of you have never seen before. This is Castlevania: Dawn of Sorrow for mobile phones. And I know it's technically not a new game and is instead a port of the 2005 Nintendo DS title, but don't be upset, trust me, this might as well be a brand new game. Because after playing it for myself, I could safely say that I've never experienced a Castlevania game like this before, and it's very different from the DS original. And the history as to why there's even a phone port of Dawn of Sorrow, and more importantly, why it looks like that, is quite interesting. Back in the day, the biggest publisher for mobile phone gaming was Nokia. Cell phones would have classic games pre-installed like Snake and Tetris, and Nokia even had their own online storefront to purchase and download new games as early as 2004. And a lot of these games would be made using J2ME, or Java 2 Platform Micro Edition. This was a Java platform designed for mobile devices that many developers would use to make games for various mobile phone companies. Wow, this is incredible. A codebase for making mobile games during the dawn of early cell phone proliferation? Surely this groundbreaking technology earned Nokia septillions of dollars, as they were the first to corner the now insanely lucrative mobile gaming market. Right? Well, at least the games are good, right? And that question is what led me to playing this, Castlevania: Dawn of Sorrow, the J2ME phone port. And honestly, I just wanted to play this rare piece of Castlevania history for myself and share that experience with all of you, while making sure to note all the differences between this version and the original DS release. And that's what this video is all about, a collection of highlights from my playthrough alongside detailed explanations of all the ways this version differs from the original, for better and for worse. By the way, I did end up streaming my blind playthrough in full over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/dragonblitz, link in the description. Man, what the hell are you doing? I don't know, man. I just found out that this was a playable thing. Long story short, you have to play the game using all of the numbers on that number pad, plus the middle button, and then the two buttons on the top left and top right. This is my attack button. This is jump up and to the left. This is jump straight up, / use saves and stuff like that. This is jump up and to the right. This is walk left. This is walk right. This is also punch. This is slide to the left. This is crouch. And this is slide to the right. That's how you play the game on your Nokia smartphone. And it's the smartest phone around, I'll say. Those are all of the buttons that you have access to. Don't accidentally call 911, but let's just hop into it and see how it goes. Oh, yeah. The graphics are too good. Soma, can I ask you something? I can't see you, Mina. You're like 4 pixels tall. And what was it called? You know, the ability to use the power of monsters? You mean the power of dominance? No, that's the wrong game. Dominus is the other Castlevania, I'm pretty sure. Bro, the sprites are just so compressed. It's awesome. Oh, shit, we're playing. Ah! Go. Punch the guy. Why is he glowing green when I punch him? Why is his soul green? And immediately, the differences between the original and this phone port are made apparent. But besides the pixel art and the sound design, it's clear the phone version did try to recreate a lot of what made the original game so unique, including the soul system. In the OG Dawn of Sorrow, the game allows you to absorb the souls of enemies to acquire unique skills that can be swapped in and out at any time. In my speedrun breakdown video for the game, I go more in depth on the soul system, but to simplify, every enemy in the game can drop one of 4 types of souls: red souls, blue souls, yellow souls, and gray souls. But in the phone version, only a few enemies throughout the game are even capable of dropping souls. And to help the player learn which enemies drop souls, they will sparkle green when hit. This would take me an honestly embarrassing amount of time to figure out on my own, but I digress. And alongside the soul system, of course, this game also brings over all of the RPG elements that the series is well known for at this point. You got your basic leveling and stats, just like the original. But just like how the soul system was stripped down for this Java version, the equipment options are also vastly limited compared to the original, with only 3 options for the now 4 available weapon types. But we'll see more of that later. For now, let's get back to the playthrough and appreciate how they attempted to fit the original game's vast castle into this tiny vertical phone screen. And look at the beautiful sprite work. Oh my goodness. All right, axe go. I missed. Shit. There's a thing up there. Can I grab that? Can Soma jump that high? Probably not. Yeah, Soma can't jump that high. I'm gonna get double jump and come back, and then I'm gonna upgrade my character. short sword, a stubby blade. I'll show you a stubby blade, all right? What an interesting video game. Okay, do I have to go get... Yeah, I have to go get the magic seal. Dude, this is just Dawn of Sorrow. It's the whole game? There's no way it's the whole game. God, the sprite work is so good. It's too good, even. When I told them I was a mobile gamer, they laughed at me. Well, who's laughing now? I wasn't reading. I'm assuming that I have the magic seal now. Okay, we do have the seal. Do I have to do the seal? Wait, no! No! Yep, they ported over everyone's favorite mechanic from the original game, the seal system. Since the game originally released on the Nintendo DS, it of course had to come bundled with some sort of touchscreen gimmicks. Nintendo was very much on their bullshit during this era, and they never really stopped, did they? Anyways, Dawn of Sorrow decided to implement a seal drawing system, where you would explore the castle to find seals, which would unlock different boss doors in order to progress through the game. But the catch is, once a boss's health is depleted to 0, this will pop up on the screen, and require you to quickly and accurately draw the seal that originally unlocked the boss door. And if you fail or take too long, the seal will break, and the boss will regain a percentage of their total health, as you try to kill them again and repeat the process. But of course, this game came out well before the proliferation of touchscreen phones. Thank God. So instead of drawing any of the seals, the game shows you a series of numbers that you have to press in order to recreate the act of drawing the seal. You have to punch in the code? Oh, I'm so fucked. Holy shit, he's so strong. Also, you can't have more than one axe on the screen at a time. Oh, the swords are going. I don't know where they're... Oh, I don't know where they're going. There's no way I die. Oh, one. No. I fucked it up. Did I? Wait, does it give you multiple chances? This screen honestly scared me. I had 6 HP left, and I knew if this was anything like the original game, if I had failed this seal prompt, I was likely going to die to the very first boss of the game. Honestly, kind of embarrassing for a Castlevania speedrunner. But what I thought was me failing the seal was a preview of how to draw the seal. That is not how the original game worked at all. It just flashes the seal briefly and says, good luck. Panic aside, I actually really like this change. The seal system can be a big hurdle for many people to overcome in their casual playthroughs, so giving a step-by-step example of how to draw the seal before attempting it alleviates that feeling of, oh crap, how do I draw the seal again? Oh god! And then being forced back into an extremely long boss fight. After defeating Flying Armor, I begin to explore the Lost Village, when I realize that so far the layout of the castle has been pretty accurate to the original, but soon I start to realize how much they actually changed when porting this game over. Jesus Christ. I'm hoping that the map layout is like the same as the vanilla game so I can just save here. Oh, okay. It's not the full map layout. It's like a condensed version. Okay. I kept exploring the village and was shocked when I stumbled onto Yoko's synthesis shop. Okay, your shop has changed, Yoko. How may I serve you today? Synthesis impossible. Mini Devil needed to obtain longsword. They put the soul system in its crafting menus and stuff in the game? Why? They didn't need to go this hard. In the original game, Yoko is an NPC that mostly just sits in this room in the village, where you can talk to her throughout the game and exchange specific souls to upgrade specific weapons. Pretty much all the best weapons in the game are locked behind this upgrade system, and I am yet again impressed at how faithfully they attempted to recreate it here, especially given the obvious restraints for developing for these types of early cell phones. I do even more exploring and sadly find that Hammer and his item shop have been completely removed. And I guess it makes sense. There are very few items that even made it into this port, and they need to fill out the castle with something to help encourage you to explore. If they just had all this stuff available to buy, it would ruin the exploration experience. Speaking of, while moving ahead, I soon discover the next area of the castle, the Wizardry Lab. In the original game, this is the intended next location to discover after leaving the village, so that part is accurate. And in the phone version, it really does look almost identical to the original counterpart. Maybe if you squint a little. But again, I'm shocked at how much they tried to stay true to the original game when making this port. But here is where the facade starts to break a little, and I see the cracks forming as this phone version struggles to keep up. This game is weird. This is the wrong song, but it's a banger actually. Hold on, wait a second. The MIDI is more compressed than my spine. Oh my god, the song loop didn't actually loop properly. Did you guys hear that? There was like a stutter in the song loop. Oh my god, this game's too good. Coffee. Cheers. I do appreciate being able to play this game with one hand, because we all know when I'm playing Dawn of Sorrow, I got one hand on the controller, the other hand They could be doing anything right now. I was starting to get lost here in the wizardry lab, as the map layout was pretty different from the original. I wandered around looking for the boss of the area, but never found one. Normally this is the zone where you would fight Balor and acquire his soul. This would let you tap on the screen to break these ice blocks, but this entire mechanic was removed from the game, which again makes sense since phones back then oftentimes didn't have touchscreens. But after a while I did find the correct path forward, and also finally noticed that I wasn't getting any soul drops from enemies. This is concerning because in the original game, souls can be incredibly powerful, and if this version follows a similar difficulty curve as the original, I'm gonna need all the help I can get for what's to come later. Am I getting unlucky by not getting any soul drops, or are soul drops like you can only get them off of certain enemies? Oh, maybe when they sparkle, that means they can drop souls, so not every enemy can drop souls. Need more luck. Imagine if the luck stat actually worked in the Nokia version of Dawn of Sorrow, but it didn't work in the DS version of Dawn of Sorrow. That would just be peak, in my opinion. Wait, what do you mean if the luck stat actually worked? Well, in many RPGs, the luck stat exists to handle how random events happen in-game, like getting a random drop from an enemy, for example. And Dawn of Sorrow does use levels and stats like other RPGs, but for whatever reason, the random drop formula used in the original game barely increases the odds of getting a drop as you increase your luck stat. Now, don't be upset. I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but I'm going to explain the math here. The equation for determining soul drops is as follows. You take the soul rarity value, which is any number between 1 and 255, where 1 is the rarest possible soul drop, and 255 is the most common, then divide that number by the bottom half of this equation, which is 512 minus your luck stat divided by 8. This will then spit out the percentage chance that you get the soul drop on any given kill, meaning the larger the final number is, the better our chances of getting the soul drop. And the only part of the equation that we need to look at is here. The larger our luck stat is, the more that we subtract from this 512 number, which means the final result will be a larger number. Remember, big number equal good. However, our luck stat itself is getting divided by 8 before we subtract from 512. The order of operation is killing us here, which means our luck stat barely has any influence at all on how rare a soul drop actually is. If I graph this out for the worst case scenario, trying to get the rarest soul drop in the game, you would need to increase your luck stat by nearly 3,300 points just to improve your odds by 1%. That improves our chances of getting the drop from 0.1% to 1.1%, by the way. That's an even smaller percentage than the people who watch these videos and are actually subscribed. Oh, please subscribe. Please. Anyways, as far as I can tell, no one really knows if that formula also got ported over into this phone version of the game. At least from my experience, I wouldn't be surprised if it did because, spoilers, I went nearly 2 hours of playing through this game and saw maybe 7 soul drops total. Anyways, back to the playthrough at hand, I finally make it to the next area, the Garden of Madness, which again follows the correct progression from the original. And I again have to stop and admire the absolute fire that is the Java remix of the original track. Oh, hell yeah. These MIDI samples? Me and GarageBand for the first time. Yo, bump this shit. I need it louder in my headphones, actually. This is an official release, yes. This was released in conjunction with Konami, yes. This is a Metroidvania after all, so I explore. I take the path to my left and find a brand new area, the Demon Guest House, which connects back to the beginning of the game. Again, this is another part of the map that is shockingly accurate to the original. And while trying to admire that fact, I got really distracted by some of the most creative use of pixel art I've ever seen. So the map is actually pretty faithfully recreated here, because this is where Demon Guest House normally is. Holy! Pause. I need to zoom and enhance. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? Why is she so thick? She's always been like that? Somebody pull up the original Dawn of Sorrow sprite. I don't think she was that stacked. You have a point there. It's just yeah, I guess it's not as... now that I'm Once I finally fixed my nosebleed, I remembered what I was doing. I went back to the garden and started exploring some more, and finally found some new items, but was still very confused by them. Chakram? That's not the chakram. That's a boomerang. Hold on, this might actually be busted. Oh, it's only 5 damage per throw? That's unfortunate. Oh, thank God that this plant dropped a hamburger. Do you think it's Beyond Meat? Plant-based burger? Very progressive for 2009. Oh, is that the second seal? Magic Seal 2. Ability type Tactical Soul takes effect automatically. Requires equipping. Huh? So the reason I'm so confused here is, well, this seal obviously isn't a tactical soul. I just assumed that this text is bugged, which is funny because inadvertently that also makes this version even more similar to the original in this one spot. In the original version, the second seal may not be found in this room, but the doppelganger soul is. And if you are able to skip collecting Balor's soul back in the wizardry lab and then collect this soul, it bugs the game into thinking that you also have the Malphus soul, which gives you the double jump ability much sooner than normal. So yeah, both versions having a bug associated with picking up a key item in this room kind of counts for accuracy, maybe. But I continue to move on and find even more similarities to the original as I make my way through the garden to the next area of the game. Considering this came out in 2009 for the Nokia brick phones of the era, this is actually kind of insane. And by insane, I mean, dude, why is this guy insane? Holy shit, he's the greatest of all time. Dude, they literally just ported this guy straight from the normal game in all of his glory, and my ability to actually move his Soma has been so heavily nerfed. Jesus. There should be a save room down here, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I'm starting to panic. I think there's a save room down there. Oh, there should be a save right here if it's anything like the normal game, so we should be fine. Is there parallax in the background? Hold on. They didn't need to do that. Why is there parallax scrolling with multiple layers in the background? They didn't need to do that. Granted, the game is running at sub 20 FPS because of it, but still. 3, 7, 9, 1. Nice magic seal. Okay, we did it. Oh, shit. Can I hit him with the axe, please? Does he absorb the... He doesn't absorb the axe! Holy shit, they actually buffed this guy! So this boss is Dimitri, and while in the original game he is normally found here in the Dark Chapel, he also has a gimmick of absorbing whatever red soul you hit him with, and then using that ability against you. But in this version, they instead have him just spamming his starting Malachi soul without any way to have him swap to a different soul, as far as I can tell. You know what? Actually, this might be the Chakram boss. Oh, we figured it out. This is the strat for sure. Oh god. Okay, don't choke. Don't choke. I'm not touching anything. The game is just going on its own. It's because I was walking before the cutscene started? Actual speedrun strats. Did I get anything for that? The answer, no. I have to speedrun this now. Let's be careful about oh my dithering. I just joined stream for the first time. What in the world am I looking at? This is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow for the Nokia N2 billion or whatever. Oh, Malphus. Execute a double jump. Okay. Oh, dude, they had to make this a goddamn full-on Metroidvania. Okay. Is that like supposed to be the Puppet Master soul? Or like the replacement for the Puppet Master soul or something? Yeah, this is a Metroidvania, all right. This bat pedestal is blocking the path forward. And as I said, I feel that this is somehow a replacement for these Puppet Master gates in the original version. And since the Puppet Master boss and his soul is normally found in the Demon Guest House, and that area is normally blocked by needing double jump, my intuition says that that's the next spot that we need to go. So I backtracked to the spot where I saw that very nice witch lady to finally explore the rest of the guest house, where I discover probably the strangest version difference so far. Are these supposed to be Medusa heads? Why are there floating doll heads? That's an enemy that's unique to this game. What the fuck? And that's not the only massive change found in this area. Right now, I'm expecting to find the next seal and fight the Puppet Master, but those floating doll heads should have been a sign that things are going to get very different from here. It's fine. It's just Puppet Master, I assume. It's Dario. Okay, or not? Is it Celia? Who am I fighting? No boss? They said we don't have enough memory for a boss fight, so here you go. Bat form? Activate the bat altar teleportation? Hey, I'm being scammed. I want to turn this guy into a bat. Okay, I've been on board for the small changes here and there, but this whole section was unhinged. And honestly, up until now, they did such a good job of porting over the parts of the game that made sense that I was shocked to see so much had changed in just one room. Not only was there no Puppet Master, but no boss fight at all. Instead, they replaced him with just a cutscene? A cutscene, mind you, that was originally part of a different boss fight, which was supposed to happen in the upper part of the garden, which of course was also removed from this version. And this fake bat form confirms to me that they also removed Soma's bat transformation as well, and I didn't know it at the time, but replacing the bat transformation should have warned me that they also removed even more from this game. And I get it, this version obviously has technical limitations, and they were just trying their best to keep the original story and the characters intact while cramming all they could into a device that could struggle to run Tetris, but this really threw me for a loop, and it put me on edge for what other major changes are yet to come. But for now, I warp back to the chapel and test out my new bat abilities to move past this wall and progress into the condemned tower. I feel pretty confident that this is where I'm meant to be going, but I couldn't help but feel this overwhelming sense of dread that this game is going to continue to go more and more off the rails. Julius, what are you doing here? Huh? The door is sealed. Okay. Wait, 2? That's right, I forgot about it. Mina entrusted me with this, it's for you. Wait, if I didn't talk to this guy again, I wouldn't have gotten Mina's talisman? Holy shit. It's a fucking Dark Souls moment where you have to exhaust their dialogue options if you don't want to freaking lock yourself out of the main quest. Dude. Okay, so Mina's talisman is a pretty big deal. It's a required item that you have to wear before entering this cutscene room, which causes the seal in the mines to finally be broken, which leads to the abyss and the end of the game. So I know this is required, but if they already had me in a cutscene with Julius, why not just give me the talisman anyways, instead of making it potentially missable? It's just strange. And that's not even to mention the fact that in the original version, Arakato is the one that's supposed to give you the talisman in the demon guest house, not Julius. And now I'm starting to worry that they removed my main man Arakato from the game. That's messed up, man. That's my dude. But I'm conflicted because I know in the original game, you need to find the 5th and final seal before being able to access that cutscene room to open the mines. And I only have the first 3 seals so far, but after discovering even more has changed, I can feel myself trusting my experience with the original less and less. All I can do is try and move forward and progress through the condemned tower. Not sure of what to expect. Spear, new weapon, finally. We've only been playing for like 10 billion years. Wait, so there's no boss fight? So it actually does want you to just go to the clock tower immediately? R.I.P. to everyone's favorite horrifying flesh monster. But yeah, they removed Gurgoth, the boss at the top of the condemned tower. A pretty understandable change since I don't think anyone's expecting them to port over phase 2 of the boss where you fly down the tower breaking each floor along the way. But it's still jarring to see nonetheless. Almost as jarring as what they did to the clock tower. Something ain't right about this song. Oh fucking hell, they got rippers in this shit? Die. Longsword. How's the longsword looking? Oh shit, 40 damage? I'll take it. Magic Seal 4. I'm gonna guess there's no boss fight. Unless we can do the bat teleporter thing. What the hell? They ran out of bosses? I mean, this whole game is 400 kilobytes, something like that. It's a very small total amount of game. And I'm starting to think that maybe early game, they blew their load and they're like, shit, we gotta fill out the rest of the game. Where am I going? Should I be concerned? And now that I made it to the pinnacle, I can't help but feel like I'm forgetting something. And this is a Metroidvania after all, so I do the classic move of backtracking, checking every possible door and dead end in the game, making no progress, even though I could have just kept exploring the area I was already in. Regardless, I do confirm that the Guardian cutscene room does require the 5th seal. But on the way back to the pinnacle, I did end up discovering yet another new weapon. Buge? This is Buge for us? It doesn't have attack cancels? And I can't backdash cancel it. I can't slide cancel. I can't cancel the animation at all. I don't think the damage is worth it. This is one aspect I never really expected them to carry over from the original, but it is my favorite mechanic in the game, so I figured I would explain it here. Normally when attacking with any weapon in the game, the attack animation will play out in full before you're allowed to move, jump, or attack again. But the game will still let you backdash in the middle of these attack animations, and backdashes themselves can be canceled into a crouch. And if you let go of down, you can stand up again, and you could repeat the process, greatly increasing your damage output potential with every weapon in the game. But sadly, removing this option heavily nerfs the axes in this game, making them a much less appealing option. But no time to mourn because I still have more backtracking to do before making it back to the pinnacle. And on the way, I finally find my second soul drop since the very beginning of the game, over an hour ago. Use pound? Or hashtag. Hashtag imp it up. Hashtag gamers rise up. Hashtag booty butt cheeks. Where the fuck? Guardian! Come Guardian! Holy shit, my MP freaking drains like crazy with this guy out. Hold on, Imp, get in here. 41 damage? Okay, he's actually cracked when he figures out where he's supposed to go. Okay, so the Imp is stupid, but he does crazy damage. Wait, Lost Soul Vial has been used? Oh, it's a full heal? Yep, alongside removing content from the original, this version also added a brand new item into the game. These Lost Soul Vials can be found throughout the mobile version, usually in hard to reach locations, and I had no clue as to what they did for well over half my playthrough. Because I'm such an epic gamer, it took me quite a while to experience my first death, where the Lost Soul Vial was automatically used and removed from my inventory, while fully reviving me. I guess the developers must have realized that removing most of the items and the souls in the game, while controlling a character using only a phone keypad, and not changing changing anything about how aggressive the enemy AI is from the original might lead to some frustrating and unfair deaths. So this is the solution they came up with. Just give him an extra life. Who cares if the game is unfair? Problem solved. But in all seriousness, I do think these lost soul vials are quite an interesting solution to make the game a bit easier, considering porting the game to phones clearly affected the intended difficulty of this game. We all know the original Dawn of Sorrow is known for being baby easy mode, with no difficulty spikes or insanely unfair bosses. Right? But during my playthrough, being the epic gamer that I am, I didn't plan on dying again, so I didn't really need to go out of my way to collect a whole bunch of these. What's this? The dictionary definition of hubris? Well, good thing I don't know how to read. First death aside, I do finish backtracking to the pinnacle and finally explore the area, looking for the final seal blocking me from the end of the game. This is the stairs. Oh, it's not these stairs, my bad. I assumed that these were the stairs, the patented Castlevania stairs. Oh, fuck. 2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 8. We're in trouble, folks. Nah, we're not gonna fight Agony. There's no way. It's gonna just be another visual novel cutscene, just like the last one. Oh no! Surely this guy's not difficult. So fighting Agony here isn't necessarily a surprise since this is where you fight him in the original, but you usually don't fight him in this way. Entering this room has you fight Dario, while Agony hides in the mirror behind him. If you defeat Dario here, this leads to the bad ending, so naturally the game expects you to keep exploring and look for some other solution. The intended solution is to leave the pinnacle to the left and enter the top floor of the demon guest house. Then head to the Paranoia boss fight, except wait a second there, partner, it seems like you don't have the Ukabek soul. What are you, stupid? Well, you better go find one and farm it until you see that soul drop, because you have to use each of these 3 red souls depicted on these barriers before you can fight the boss. Then, after defeating Paranoia, you can use his soul to enter the mirror in the pinnacle and actually fight Agony this time. But this entire section of the game was removed in the cell phone port. But right now, I'm more focused on the boss fight at hand, because I know I've been confident up until this point, but Agony does not mess around. Ow. Yep, he's doing Agony things. Oh, he's slamming. He's jamming. Oh my god. I'm dead. I'm out of magic. It's so fucking Jover. I mean, I get a full revive or whatever, but this might actually be a axe moment. We'll probably get this guy second try if we don't win here. Oh, we do win here. As long as I don't fuck up the... Oh god. 1, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 8. Yes. You're much more than I had imagined. Let's stop this stupid chase. Very well. I can agree to that. But the game isn't over just yet. No, I thought the game was over! Magic Seal 5. After acquiring the final seal, I make my way to the Garden of Madness and enter the cutscene. In this change right here, I could forgive them for removing most of the souls, most of the items, most of the bosses and areas, but I cannot forgive them for this. They completely snubbed my dude Aracado. Just removed him from the game. The whole plot point of him secretly being Alucard and helping you throughout the game completely gone. I can't believe it. It's messed up, man. Like, you know, the game was basically perfect up until this point. Anyway, I then head over to the condemned tower so we can finally enter the mines and head towards the end of the game. But it looks like we accidentally walked in on a very intimate moment for Julius. Yeah! Oh shit. Ugh, the barrier, it's gone. Growing old is a horrible thing. Tell me about it. My back's starting to hurt, actually. Why is the music all of a sudden way quieter? Hello? Hello? Can you turn up the music's a little quiet. You think we should balance this better? My phone speakers are as loud as they... Hello? I'm glad I explored. Hippogriff! So it's like a triple jump? Oh, and you bonk your head. Awesome. Holy shit! What did they do to my boy, Gaibon? Is there a sprite sheet somewhere out there for this version of the game? Also, the music. We need the music uploaded to Spotify or something. I love when the music hard cuts off and then starts back again. It's so good. You know what? Aside from the music, this area was almost identical to the original. I mean, Hippogriff's soul is usually in the Abyss, which is the next area, but I actually don't mind seeing it here early. And just like the normal game, at the end of the mines is where one of the toughest fights in the game lies. The Grim Reaper himself blocks the path to the Abyss and to the end of the game. But for a pro like me, I expect to have no problem with this old pile of bones. Wow, this is a ginormous boss arena. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Surely my imp does big damage. Oh shit, the imp is doing big damage. If he has a second phase, we're fucked. No! We're fucked anyways. This is my first game over. We're 61% of the way through level 15? I think I'm definitely underleveled. Okay, maybe I was a little overconfident going into the fight, but like, this game is really not doing me any favors right now. I decide that I need to explore the map and gear up one last time before attempting that fight again. I go back for the best armor set in the game, the Dracula tunic, which greatly increases my strength and defense. I also finally decide to go back to the village and check out Yoko's shop. I figured I only have 3 unique souls right now, so I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to upgrade any of my weapons or anything, but wait, what? You have reached the best upgrade. The imp plus sword equals claim? Oh, shit. It's a little laggy, but you know. Oh, hell yeah. Death is so fucked now. So after almost 2 hours of gameplay, right before the final area of the game, I finally decide to go back and try and engage with the soul synthesis shop. And I didn't go unrewarded. Due to the drastic reduction in available weapons and souls, the synthesis system was also greatly simplified. Instead of collecting unique souls to upgrade specific items, now each weapon class has only 1 soul that is needed to upgrade that weapon to the next tier. There are 4 different weapon classes in the game: swords, spears, axes, and throwables, and each of these classes has 3 different tiers. Long story short, I could have had the best sword in the game like an hour ago if I had just checked in with Yoko at any point after getting the imp soul. But I don't have time to think about how stupid I am right now because I have to run back that fight versus Death, this time with pretty much all the best gear in the game. All right, Death, you stand no chance. This guy is still a pain in the ass. Okay, gotcha. There we go. Damn, I didn't need to use that full revive or whatever. Unfortunate, but we take it. Time to go to the abyss. Oh, it sounds so good. Oh my god, why is the sprite of this guy a billion times better than it is in actual Dawn of Sorrow? Holy shit. No, I would have been hyped playing this as a kid as well, but now I'm an adult who has cognition beyond, ooh, shiny. Ooh, I'm playing a video game on my phone. As an adult, you do become less patient because you realize the limited time you have left on this planet is, you know, ticking down. As a child, anything that allows you to waste time is actually fine. Like, everything about being a child is about biding time until you get old, and then you're like, shit, why did I do that? Common entropy W. Man, somebody should do something about that entropy shit. Is this final boss? This is definitely the final boss. With the abyss fully cleared, it's time to finally put myself to the ultimate test. With all of these changes they've made to the game, I have no clue what to expect. But now, I just need to move forward and fight whatever this game has in store for me as its final boss. I have a feeling this guy's gonna grow into Menace right now, considering how large the boss room is. Okay, it's only his top half. Oh boy, where to begin with Menace? In the original game, he's a 2-phase boss fight where, in phase 1, you attack his face thing off to the side and dodge his attacks. Pretty easy. But phase 2, this has got to be the most brutal, annoying, unfair boss in the entire series. He has 2 weak points, one on his face and one on his knee, which is also his face. Each face has a separate health pool, and you have to kill both faces individually before the boss is defeated. He'll move around the arena randomly and will attempt to swipe at you if you stay close to his face, and stomp on you if you hang too close to his feet. So far, not too bad, but these little shits right here are what pushes this boss over the edge into complete bullshit territory. These flying mouths will spawn from his body at random intervals and in random numbers. There's no way to tell when or how many will spawn at a time. You just have to pray that it's not too many because for whatever reason, they have so much health, where often it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 hits to kill just one of these things. And they're also really hard to hit as they fly around the room constantly chasing you, and if they hit you, they do massive damage and can combo into more attacks. This is pure hell. Surely this phone version of the boss can't be nearly as bad, right? Oh god! What the fuck? Stop fisting me! Unreactable. Unreactable! John Nokia was really cooking when he made this version of the boss. Dude skipped leg day? Dude skipped leg existence day. Okay, I got completely wrecked, but I'm a professional gamer after all, so I intend to take that death as a lesson, to learn what to do better next time. Okay, that's only 18 damage, so the swords are like actually super chill and not scary at all. So it seems like the thing that does the most damage is his fist. Ow. I just have to dodge the fist. It's just hard to do. So we just get in there and we attack him twice after he does something with his hands. Yeah, he moves his hand. He does a thing. We get in there, we attack twice, we move away. Oh, but I was too slow. Okay. No! I got stuck in my movement. Okay, we can do this. This is very doable. We have to lock the fuck in, though. You would think I would learn my lesson by now, but anytime I feel myself gaining any amount of confidence in my ability to play this game, it shows me something new that completely crushes my spirit. Fuck off! Oh my Christ. Dude, this is almost as bad as it is in the normal fucking game. Almost. Fuck you! Ah! He doesn't even have like the same cadence every time, man. He just randomly decides to do an attack with random timing. And then you're dealing with all of the other RNG bullshit, from the random fucking swords on the floor to the random mouths that are pushing you in different directions. Dude, the RNG is fucking insane in this boss fight. You have to hope that the 4 independent patterns all line up to allow you to actually do damage. Otherwise, you're just taking a hit for no reason. This game may be cruel, and this boss fight might be complete bullshit, but I have one thing up my sleeve that will give me the edge in beating this game. I am stubborn as fuck, and I will continue to bash my head against the wall over and over again until I get the results I want, which means Menace is going down. Oh my god. 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 Don't fuck this up. Do not fuck this up. Please, God. Please. 7, 3, 8, 2! Fuck you! Fuck you! It's finally over! I can't agree more, Soma! Oh my god. What were they thinking, man? The end. Congratulations. Boss rush mode? No. No. There's not a... Boss rush mode. They put a boss rush mode in this shit? I can't believe it. A boss rush mode. This game was able to somehow squeeze an unlockable boss rush mode in the end? You know what that means, right? That's a 3rd time they dissed my boy Alucard. I can't believe it. Unlocking only the boss rush mode tells me that they didn't port over the Julius mode, a bonus mode where you can actually play as Alucard. Dude! I mean, they ported over boss rush, which I guess is cool or whatever, but wait, something about this just doesn't feel right. I'm doing boss rush IL attempts. The bosses do 0 damage because I'm too high of a level. Oh my god. Why is this in the boss? Am I supposed to kill all the enemies? Hold. No, you can just walk through. Why are there random ass enemies in the boss rush mode? I'm just gonna tank the damage. I don't care. A lot of effort went into this port. I'm surprised. Bad company? Huh? Yeah, turns out in my playthrough, I just missed a boss. I never found the Bat Company. This optional boss was just somewhere in the clock tower that I never found. What? Optional boss fight? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. No! Alright, we're done. We've played more than enough of this. I'm ready to call it there. Holy... What do I have to say about Dawn of Sorrow for the Nokia phone? It's not the worst Castlevania game I've ever played. Will I ever play it again? No. Holy shit, what a painful experience. And there it is. That's pretty much everything this forgotten Castlevania game has to offer. I hope, if anything, this video is an excuse for all of you out there watching to not play this game. I'll consider this a public service, having documented and played through this interesting but ultimately miserable Castlevania game. But thankfully for me, I'm done with this nightmare and never have to play anything as terrible as this again. Like, imagine if Konami made even more terrible mobile Castlevania games. Oh, fuck. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody who makes it to the end of these videos, and especially everybody who likes, comments, and subscribes. It's a free way to help support me in making these kinds of videos, and it goes a long way. I also want to say, if you're interested in watching me play more games live, you can check out my live stream on twitch.tv/dragonblitz. I'd love to see you in the chat sometime. Also, I am selling merch, by the way, in case any of you guys care. It's mostly references from my stream and emotes and stuff, so if any of that stuff interests you, the link is in the description. And lastly, I want to thank my Patreon supporters who make videos like this possible. Your financial support is part of the reason I'm able to make content creation my full-time job. And I want to give a special thanks to Ross Chintaka, Alex Doe, Nanoseed Production Company, Barnabas DeGray, Minus X, Soma Jean, Suchioto, Jokum Palm, and WJB.